What is up, boys? My name is Beret, and if you clicked on this video, you are probably in a ranked game right now and you accidentally locked Omen. But fear not, this video is here to help you. I'm going to be going over the absolute basics of how to play Omen, what his abilities do, how to use them, and a simple game plan that you can follow this game so that you don't absolutely throw for your team. Omen has 3 abilities in his kit and 1 ultimate. Let's start from left to right. First off is the teleport. The teleport is a short-range teleport. You can see where you're going to teleport by the shadow right here. And if you left-click, you teleport to the spot where the shadow is from the place that you were. Very simple, very easy. Now, you will come out of the teleport in the direction that you are facing during it. So let's say I'm still facing this way. I'm still going to be facing this way. But what you want to do is you want to face the opposite way so that you're facing outwards whenever you do it. So you want to turn your camera mid-teleport. Next up is the blind. The blind is a near sight. It goes through walls and you cannot dodge this flash. If the flash hits you, you'll be blind for a couple seconds, but note that it is not a full blind like a flash, it is a near sight. So if you're close to them, they will still be able to see you. However, this blind does deafen your opponents, so if you want to go for something sneaky like deafening them and then sticking the bomb, that is also an option. The third one is Omen's bread and butter ability. It is his smokes. You press E to open the shadow form. If you press R or your reload button, what you can do is you can switch between shadow form and non-shadow form. I recommend staying in shadow form because it makes you lighting up your smokes better. The green arrow that you see right there is where the smokes will land. And if you press E again, the smoke will go wherever it lands. Ability overview done. All right, what are you doing with Omen on defense? Omen on defense, your entire game plan is to smoke off the enemies as they are rushing your site. Let's say, for example, we have a bunch of enemies barreling it down B. What you would do is you would smoke off the choke point, and if they're coming out, you would blind them to keep them at bay to buy time for your teammates to rotate. That is your entire game plan on defense. If you want to go for something a little bit more fishy, you also have the options to lurk. Lurking with Omen and flanking is very, very good because no matter where you are on the map, your smokes will be able to reach where they need to reach. Just make sure that you're not throwing your smokes too late. You want to throw your smokes and have it land just about when they're about to come out so you stop them in their tracks. Let's say on Ascent, for example, you could throw your smoke, you can walk up, you can take some space, clear this, you go for a flank, whatever you got to do. That's your game plan on defense. Your job on defense is to smoke off. Second one is retake smokes. You should throw smokes when your team is retaking to help your team retake the site. The easiest retaking smoke you can do is just smoking off the choke point. However, if you want to throw a smoke on site somewhere to help you cross, that is an option as well. That's your game plan on defense. When you are on offense with Omen, your job is to smoke. So here is where to smoke on every map in the game, just rapid fire. This is where you smoke on Abyss. This is where you smoke on Ascent. This is where you smoke on Bind. Don't play Omen on Breeze, what are you doing? This is where you smoke on Corrode. This is where you smoke on Fracture. This is where you smoke on Haven. This is where you smoke on Icebox. This is where you smoke on Lotus. This is where you smoke on Pearl. This is where you smoke on Split. And this is where you smoke on Sunset. Now do keep in mind you can also use your blind and your teleport for entry on attack. For example, a blind that I like to use is a blind like this, goes through the site and covers all the common angles. So keep in mind where people like to play or wait for some footsteps and blind them. And you can also use your teleport in tandem with your smokes. So let's say, for example, you want to throw a wacky smoke like this, teleport into the smoke and then teleport heaven. You do have the option to do so keep that in mind. Now finally, let's talk about Omen's ultimate ability. Omen's ultimate allows you to instantly teleport anywhere you want on the map. It is very, very loud, but you can see the sound circle of how many people will hear you on the map. So that little white circle that you see right there on my cursor, that is how much sound you're going to make. So be sure to put your teleport in spots where not that many people are going to hear you. You can cancel your teleport by pressing X on it again, and you can also use your Omen ultimate to pick up the spike. If it gets dropped at all, you just cancel it, and you see, I now have the spike. Very, very important. And yeah, that is going to be it for Omen 101, absolute basics of Omen. This has been Beret, and remember to brush your teeth today, because I know for a fact I haven't. Bye-bye. I needed to get this video to 8 minutes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a couple of miscellaneous Omen tips just at the end here. Just a little, a little extra treat for you guys. A little extra special berate sauce. Yeah. Fake teleporting. You can teleport like this, but you'll notice that when you are teleporting, it is very obvious that you are teleporting. There is a sound cue. You hear like a whoosh, right? And you also leave behind a silhouette from where you were going. You can see that when I'm teleporting there, I can see that my silhouette starts to go. You can abuse this by doing jump spots and fake teleports. So let's say, for the sake of example, my Neptune shorty here with the Boba Buddy on it, look at the little guy, is an enemy. Now, what most Omen players would do was they would be like, oh golly gee, there's an enemy right there, allow me to teleport behind them and secure my free kill, goody goody. Players know this. Every Omen player and their mother does this, so oftentimes what will happen is if they hear an Omen teleport, they'll immediately turn around and look behind them and pre-fire. You can abuse this by making it look like you're going to teleport, but look what I did. I put my teleport right here, and I jumped. It's very simple. All you have to do is jump and click. Simple as that. You jump, and then you click back to where you started. So sort of like that. If you want to make it a little bit more dramatic, you can be like... You can, jump and then, click the last second or something, right? Or you can do it quickly like this, right? This can also work out of smokes as well. Out of smokes, you can just, hit them with one of these, right? Simple as that. What that'll do is that'll bait Mr. Shorty here into turning around, oh golly gee, free kill, and then you're just gonna hit him with one of these, swing back out of the smoke, and you get a free back turn to you. Bit of Omen tech for you. Second piece of Omen tech is one-ways. There are a bunch of spots on the maps where you can create one-way smokes, like this, for example. Now, these one-way spots are not very prevalent, except for like Ascent and like Lotus, but they exist, and if you can find them, you can find them, where you can see them, but they can't see you, and you can shoot their little toesies as they run across. You can also do split-second one-ways. Split-second one-ways are very useful for Omen because what you can do is you can throw a smoke high up in the air, and then as the smoke is falling down, you can swing just before the smoke lands to create like a little split-second one-way for you. I already discussed grabbing the spike with Omen's ultimate, but you can also grab guns with Omen's ultimate. So let's say you know that there's a Vandal right here, you can just yoink, and you can take someone else's gun. This is very useful. Let's say there's someone bot mid op using the operator, you kill him somehow and you want to get his operator, you just hit him with one of these and you have the operator. Just make sure to drop your gun first, because if you don't drop your gun first, well then it won't pick up. But this also works. Tech with the blind. Now the blind, you can't control how fast it's going. There's a common misconception with Omen's blind that if you run forward, the blind will go faster. If you walk backwards, the blind will go slower. And if you stand still, it'll go medium speed. It used to be like that. It is not like that anymore. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. It doesn't work like that. And remember, only use the blind off of some kind of information. You only want to blind if you know for a fact that there's somebody there. But otherwise, just wait for information. There's also combos you can do with Omen's utility. The most simple combo that you can do is blinding and teleporting behind someone. Very simple utility combo. Doing smoke entries is also a very good idea. There is times when your duelist is just absolutely cheeks, Insta-lock Arena, doesn't want to entry. All you have to do is drop a smoke someplace on site, teleport into the smoke, and then teleport someplace else. Simple as that. Now this play isn't really very good because you are exposed from quite a bit, but the theory still applies. Or you could just teleport and sit in the smoke. Really simple as that. Anyways, yeah, those are some miscellaneous Omen tips to get this video past 8 minutes. Yeah, buy my coaching. Brush your teeth. Bye-bye.